Well, here we are at the office tank for a little update. The water's kind of cleared up. I mentioned in a previous post that I took out a lot of this wood here because it was making the water, it was staining the water with tannins. So we got the fake wood in there. Everybody's pretty happy and growing like crazy. That bass there is, he's probably at about a third more in size since the last time I showed him on the thing. The Arowana, it's hard to tell, but he's getting pretty big. Oscars are getting big. Datnoid's getting pretty good size, and the little blue Acara still hanging in there. The Frontosa's girlfriend is a little more shaky. She hides down in that deal there, so she's a little more concerned about these big mouths. We got this Zebrina Pike, and he was really red in the picture. I got him from the wet spot. He looked kind of like that one in the picture that the wet spot guy sent me. It was pretty expensive, and so we put this picture. There's the same, that picture shows on the other side as well. We put that picture up there to see if he would kind of color up, because he basically needs to have a partner in crime. And he did color up a little bit after we put the picture on. He's a little redder than he used to be. So it kind of worked, kind of, sort of. So yeah, we're just going to do a quick feeding of these guys. Give them a little snack for the weekend. There you go. The bass is kind of a crazy man. He's an aggressive eater. That guy, he's a very gentle, kind of just can get anything in his mouth for that freaking pike cichlid. He's got a huge mouth. It doesn't look like it, but it's really big. So, and there's a big fat tire track eel come out. He's gotten pretty used to the new surroundings. So, and here's the trick on the bass. So I get the bass to go over there, and then, come on, buddy. Come on. You didn't see it? The Datnoid here, he needs a little bit smaller ones. Well, it's hard to feed things with this damn bass. Okay, now I got a huge one, so hopefully... There you go, buddy. Why? What's the problem there, buddy? Don't want it? Somebody scare you? I found out that this is in my office here. I found out that the cleaning people were kind of abusing the fish at night. Things were just, they didn't feel quite right. And so I put a camera up there, just a wireless PoE camera, just to kind of see what was going on. And yeah, it turns out they were kind of overfeeding the fish. They were banging on the glass. A bunch of kids in here banging on things. So it was not good. So we put a stop to that. I don't know why the Arowana is so scared right now. There, maybe that pike cichlid will get that guy. Oh, there goes the Datnoid. Get him. Come on, buddy. Get him. Why? Why don't you want him? He's such a finicky little eater. It's weird. Oh, that bass. Come on, Arowana. Come on. Oh, missed it. Yeah, that fish was half as long as he was. These are really big silversides. They're like giant. Normally they're not quite this big. So I got to fake the bass into coming down here. There you go, buddy. Bloop. Oh! He literally bit that head off. I had no idea he had that kind of power. They're going to play with that for a while. You don't want it, really. Let somebody else eat it. It's like they're not loving these silversides. They're brand new. I used to get them from Dr. Foster's and Smith. They were the only one that would send out frozen food. And then I think PetSmart bought them, or Petco or somebody. And things got a little different after that, but they seem to have their marbles kind of back together at this point. Okay, let's see if we can get the Arowana to have one more. You want one more, buddy? Boop. He is just not interested today. I wonder what it is. You know what it might be? I was out of the office yesterday. I bet one of my employees overfed him, or fed him really good. So, yeah, that bass is looking good. He's worrisome. They get 30 inches long, so he will be, that will be too big for him in here. Zebrina's doing well, getting along with everybody. I think these Oscars were going through some breeding behavior. They keep digging around in there and then pushing everybody out of there. But this, I don't know, either the Plecos might have ate the babies or something. Hard to say. Or not the babies, but the eggs. So yeah, these Plecos are doing good. I finally made up a batch of Rapashi here in the office, and I'm giving that to them as well. They dig it. Everybody likes the Rapashi. Yeah, I mean, judging by his belly, they probably fed him yesterday. That's why they're not all crazy excited. Arowana, it's always hard to tell on his belly, but you can kind of get a sense about how big he is. I mean, he's pretty good size. Yeah, I'm gonna guess. Is he 2 foot? He's probably 2 foot now, to the very end of his tail. He's a big time jumper, like all of them. When we were cleaning the tank last time, we had a hose that was just kind of attached there, and the glass was kind of moved off about that much, to be honest, not that much, and he jumped right out through it, landed on the ground here. Thank God he didn't hurt himself, but you know, it's a big strong fish, so it's not easy to catch. Finally threw a towel on him and then stuck him back in here. So yeah, he's a scary jumper, that guy. There is a mystery catfish in there, in that hole. It's one that I got that was supposed to be like a little, almost like a nano tank catfish, really tiny. I didn't know what it was, but I was just looking for something to do cleanup. And now he's about 8 inches long. Oh, you can kind of see him there. Maybe somebody knows what he is. But yeah, he's a big one. Ah, and there's the other one. Yeah. Both catfish are out wandering around. Yeah, that pike, he doesn't like people in his house. So there we go. It wasn't quite as much fun today because they had been fed a lot just recently. I usually go every 2 days for the big fish. Just because, you know, they're predators, they're used to that. But I guess somebody had jumped in here and fed them yesterday. So I'm going to grab a little rapashi and maybe some bloodworms. We'll throw that in there as well. So we're just getting to the end of our rapashi mix here. I can probably just throw the rest of this in there, and I've got 2 other tanks over there, so I'll throw some of it in there. But yeah, I like to just try and get this a little behind so that Plecos get it. Oh, bad throw there. I'll throw this one on this side. Sometimes I gotta watch when I do this kind of stuff because the bass will think I'm food and he'll grab my finger. So yeah, and then we'll put a little bit of bloodworms in there. Plecos. Most of these plecos are meat eaters, so they like to have that stuff. So yeah, the tank actually, you know, obviously there's a lot of big fish in there and I feed them quite a bit, so cleaning is mandatory. About once every 2 to 3 weeks I end up doing about a 75% water change on this, stir up the gravel and just kind of get everything figured out. So yeah, that's the seamless sump, which seems to have finally kind of gotten its marbles together. It's working pretty good. I got some filter socks in there, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking of doing that's just kind of a holding tank for get it a little more volume. I'm thinking of doing a like putting a bunch of mossballs in there and putting a power head on it to move them around, and a little light because they don't require much light, and see kind of how that works out. So I could have a little nitrate eating factory in there, which might be kind of interesting. So yeah, like most of the things with tanks, it's just a matter of time. I just needed to give it some time to kind of get its marbles together, to get rid of the cloudiness and all that kind of stuff. Those Oscars, sometimes they try and eat that rapashi, but they don't love it. I say that he's gonna. It's for the Plecos guys. There's that giant albino bushy nose. That dude is a monster. He's got to be 5.5 inches long. I've got a little one in the back there, and there's that little Synodon. He just keeps. He's been eaten twice. Once he was eaten by that guy, actually twice. But no, once by that guy and once by the bass. And he just sticks his little pectoral fins out so they can't swallow him. And then eventually they kick him out. Or they spit him out. So there you go. That's the, you can see those Oscars are doing a little bit of that behavior where it's like, yeah, they might be wanting to breed. I mean, they're inseparable. They just hang out with each other the whole time. So they're like little buds, you know, kind of cool. All right, so that's the 500-gallon update.